The unlikely treble is still on. But can we do it? Well, today we'll find out. And when I say find out, I mean, we'll get closer to knowing. It's probably more accurate. Hello, folks. Welcome back to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjy FM. Good to see you. Let's click schedule again. That's better. We're going to play Manchester City in the league today, and then the quarterfinals of the Champions League against Manchester United, who we're going to get pretty familiar with in the next couple of episodes. We're going to play them once today and twice tomorrow, and then Arsenal not too far beyond that as well, as things are hotting up. I say then, today, Manchester City in the Premier League, and then Manchester United in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We are through in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, though, winning 2-1. We also beat Sporting quite handedly, as expected. 13-1 on aggregate. That's not too bad at all. So, yeah, the quarterfinal victory over West Ham. Again, relatively routine, all things considered. Turns out, viewers, this will be a surprise to a lot of you. Erling Haaland, quite good. Should we sell him just to make it interesting? I'm putting it out there. Shall we sell him to make it interesting? No, because this is Glory Hunter, and that's not the point. We could do. I mean, 150, 200 million. So today, Manchester City and United. Tomorrow, United and United. The day after that, Arsenal in the league. And the league is hotting up. They are, I think the best word to describe it, and it's a word I'm pretty familiar with, is bottling it. They are cocking it up royally. They were points ahead, remember, and we've just sort of clawed them back. Goal difference right now, very, very similar. And yeah, it's just got that little bit more interesting. I'm excited to see where it develops as we go on then. And let's get towards this next game then against City in third place, who could put a massive spanner in my Premier League desires works. I don't want that. Don't put a spanner in the works. All right, then, Andy Robertson, just this moment, picked up an injury. So we're not going to start him in this game. Hernandez is going to play instead of him. And we've got options as well. Luis Diaz is back and pretty fit, ready, raring to go. I think we get him in for Mane. I think he's more dangerous than Mane. I think he's arguably a better player than Mane at this stage as well. Fabinho makes his way onto the bench as well. He's had a little bit of time away. I'm debating, really, whether we play him over Caicedo, which is how you actually say that person's name, and I've been saying it wrong for about 3 weeks, or Pellegrini. I think that the combination of the pair of them, you've got a hard-working player in Pellegrini, a slightly more creative player in Pellegrini. Did I say the same name twice there? Caicedo and Pellegrini. Then we've got, options again. Skriniar's back and fit as well. We're coming off the other side of an international break, because that's why we didn't do the West Ham game, because these two games were closer together rather than having to go through the international break. So everyone is back fit, and sort of unexpectedly so. And the Fabinho conundrum is very evident. But the connection between the two of these central midfielders, I'm going to keep it as it is right now. Fabinho is a great option off the bench in about 6 positions. So we'll go with this for now. Again, half-time changes, maybe. All right, and the City team. Delap up front, who is one of their young kids who's come through. Mbappe one side, Foden through the centre, Valverde, Gravenberch. The question is, are City as good as they are in real life right now? They've had to mould and develop a little bit, right? A few players have moved on. And of course, we're going through that stage right now. City has to do it just a little bit earlier. As much as I like the sideline view, it's not that good for YouTubers. Foden with a free kick. Wow, Alisson just about keeps it out. That was a little bit dangerous. Foden again with a shot. Hernandez heads it away. Well, we're backs against the walls a little bit. As you can see, viewers, that's floating. So good bit of imagery there. It didn't go in because it would have flashed goal, wouldn't it? So pretty sure that means flash, doesn't it? Or where is my puppet? It seems to have disappeared. With the early kickoff, Arsenal have got a home game against Burnley to play. Now, I've got to be honest, probably expect them to win that. I guess with the way you look at the league table right now, we'll have played 31 games. If we draw this, we'll be level on points with Arsenal, with their game in hand on us. And if we win it, of course, we'll put a little bit more pressure on them against Burnley, who I would expect them to be, even though their recent results have not been as good as they would like them to be. It's been a tough period, a lot of fixtures for them, as Mbappe pulls it back to Delap and Luis Diaz gets it away. It's a wet afternoon here in Manchester, and I don't know if that's affecting the game too much. It's 12 degrees and cloudy as Eric Garcia has got himself booked, and it's going to be a free kick opportunity. Now, we know who's going to hit this. It's going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold from an interesting position, goes for goal, just over the bar. I think Ederson, is it Ederson in goal? Just about had it covered. But yeah, a decent effort. Both centre-backs for City are both on yellow cards now. And so far in the game, at least, we've not seen Alphonso or Haaland. Now, because both players are on bookings, I think bringing on a speedster would be quite a good idea. So welcome to the pitch, Darwin Núñez. Elsewhere, Harvey Elliott on a 6.3 really struggling to get into this game. Again, options available to us like Gabriel Jesus, like Sadio Mane. It'd be foolish to maybe not change them. We'll put him on attack duty, get him a little bit closer towards Nunes as well. That style of player might suit him better. As I'm going to say, keep going. If we work hard as a team, we've got this, and tell them, look, you've got the ability to make the difference today. And that it might just be one goal, right? So these boys need to be motivated to do that one thing to give us the win. It could be a huge win in the context of the series right now if we can put more and more pressure on Arsenal as the games begin to build now. You can see it's the business end of a Glory Hunter season. We've got to know this Liverpool team. Now, results are what matter, as, again, this game is just sort of ticking by quite passively. Bookings on either side. It's sort of a classic top half game, really. Harvey Elliott hasn't really improved. So I'm going to bring on, again, my options. Oh, they're all different types of options. That's the thing. I'm going to make a weird change, I think. I'm going to bring Darwin Núñez on, or move him across as a winger attack, just because of his speed, the fact he's right-footed, get down that side. I'm not interested in his crossing. I'm more interested in his pressing. Did we do that there? I think we did. And then up front, to go alongside Haaland, I'm going to bring on Jesus, who, former club. So I'm not saying that's a factor in Football Manager, but former club. 20 minutes to go. I don't think stylistically I want to change too much. It's been a very even game. Neither side have been able to put down a marker. As I mentioned former clubs, by the way, I noticed Raheem Sterling has popped on for City, as they've got themselves a throw-in into our half, headed away. Luis Diaz, 6.3 on a booking. I'm going to get Mane on for him any minute now, as Gravenberch about 40 yards out, and this is nerve-wracking stuff right now, as Porro's got so much time, so much space. Too much time and too much space. I don't know if that's the Andy Robertson factor, but why he's not closing it down, I don't know. And once again, viewers, we talk about the business end of the season. Is this formation getting bitten once again? Would the smart, again, is the Captain Hindsight's turned up again, viewers? I wonder if he wears a cape. Would this have been smarter to play Haaland as the lone striker and to play Fabinho in a deeper role and try and restrict them more? Anyway, I mean, again, Captain Hindsight in the building. We'll bring on Sadio Mane for Diaz. Again, a little bit of fresh impetus. We've seen very little from Haaland in this game as well, which makes me a little bit nervous, as we've got set pieces and corners, but again, nothing really happening. I guess we'll get more positive at this stage. Again, I was quite happy to be in the game and drawing, and it was quite routine until their goal. You can see their XG jumped up a lot as the home side as well. You'd expect that, I guess, but we've not really been in it. They've controlled the midfield as the time and the highlights and the chances never really came. Like, that was rubbish, wasn't it? I mean, say what you see, viewers. Say what you see. That wasn't good at all. And in terms of the league, I mean, it was embarrassing, actually. When you look at it at the end of the game, it's not a good performance from the boys. Yes, it's only 1-0, but it's not ideal. Delap, you might be curious to how he looks. There, you can see, very, very, very solid striker. 24 years of age, signed by City from Derby very early on in his career. And you can see they're playing a part for them this season. Frustrating, as Gabriel Jesus now has gone 19 matches without finding the net. Right, this might seem reactionary, viewers, but he's obviously a waste of my time. We did try to sell him, remember, and that didn't go so well. Right, 4 days before we play our first leg against Manchester United in the Champions League. Let's rest these boys up, which I do pretty regularly. People are very concerned about the fitness of the players. They are rested regularly, and they are professional athletes. I think it's not Sunday League, viewers. Right, I've made a choice. Robertson's back in, so that's good. And I've dropped one of the strikers to play Erling. Excuse me, I almost can't believe you. I'm affected by other formations, apparently. Diaz and Elliott will flank either side then. I'm going to move Diaz onto an attack role, mainly because Mane would probably play a similar thing if he came on, as Harvey Elliott on that side. Again, we might switch him up. We might play Nunes out there at some stage. Gabriel Jesus could go out there. Even the likes of Mane, actually. And again, we leave ourselves with options. If we need to push for a goal later on, we can do. But I want a decent home performance, and we've not had many of those recently. I'm looking at Harvey Elliott's recent 5 games, by the way. That's really not that good. I'm now tempted to move Diaz over, because he's quite good with both feet, and start Mane in a big game. And do you know what, viewers? We're going to do it. Mane starts. He's got a great connection with Robertson over the years. Of course he has. And Diaz over to the right-hand side then. Harvey Elliott dropped. Again, a decent player off the bench, though, of course. We've got options now off the bench in more ways than one. So, it's a party atmosphere. Can we get the job done? As you can see there, Adeyemi former man of mine, Rashford, Demir, Sancho, Pogba. We're going to get very familiar with these boys. We won't go over it every single time. The big news really at Old Trafford is that we've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still in the job. So, I mean, some things are unrealistic. What can I tell you? All right. I'm a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, viewers, I'm a little bit tense. As you can see there, United in the white and blue of their away kit. As Fabinho then sits in this almost a new role for him in my system. We've always played two midfielders, but today we've decided to try and strengthen things just a little bit more support. Oh my God, Skriniar, Adeyemi. Oh my God, what have I just said? Words came out of my mouth. Adeyemi makes it 1-0, 2 minutes in. Apparently he's hurt his shoulder. We know how dangerous he can be, and that was evident to it. Skriniar massively caught out here. It's not his best work. Penner launches one forward. Head it back, do anything but that, really. I mean, we're 1-0 down. Away goals don't matter, but we're 1-0 down. I started this episode going, we could win the league, we could win the Champions League, FA Cup, yeah, come on. And now we're 1-0 down, and we've already lost to City. Good. Because we've got that extra man playing a defensive role, I'm going to go to a more positive approach play, right? It ups the tempo a little bit. The passing will be slightly more direct. I think we can afford it when you've got Fabinho sitting in the anchor role. He's not having a great game so far, by the way. 6.4. Not great. As Haaland front post. People have said it's boring. Keep making it happen. 45th goal of the season for Erling Haaland. He's good. It's 1-1. It's funny, I've spent 6 years on YouTube not having the best players of now, and in the one series I do, some of you are like, this is not as interesting as I would have hoped. I now realise we will never do this. We will never manage top teams ever again outside of betas. I understand the journey is part of it, but here we are. We owe United after last time. I suspect some of you are loving it as well, to be fair. But I'm really enjoying having the opportunity to play with the best players early on. In the first Glory Hunter, we obviously went to teams that were slightly lesser, so we didn't have the opportunity to sign some of these big guns. So when we got them, it felt that little bit more exciting. Philip Gabe, I salute you. All right, we are 74 minutes in. It has flown by with little action, to be honest, and everyone is playing. It's very similar to the City game, actually. It feels like it's on a knife's edge right now with Sancho on that side. Robertson's there to meet him, but it's not particularly good players. Paul Pogba is obviously advancing in years. Adeyemi, off the outside of the post. That was a little bit dangerous. Of course, now we have to think about changes. The front three are doing okay for now, but very much okay. Sadio Mane could come off. I realised that we could only have 7 subs and not 9, and Harvey Elliott was the 8th. Okay, that's good. It's good planning by me. I'm going to bring Nunes on. I think, again, just his pace, his aggression, what makes sense. And Jordan Henderson on the reverse of that, an old head to come in and play in the deep line playmaker role. Still got really good passing ability, while not as maybe advanced in speed as he once was. 10 minutes to go. We'll fire them up. It's a United game. Only 5 minutes to go now. I should have paused maybe. As overall, you can see we've dominated, but what this is setting up as the highlights, oh, hello, a late goal would be amazing. Ball played in, Haaland, oh, my boy, Erling. I loved him at Norway. I love him here. It's Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1. And that, I was about to say, it's perfectly poised. But now we have an advantage going into the second game. It's a wonderful corner from Trent, by the way. Very different, drilled along the floor. You don't see that all that often, to be honest, as Haaland converts. So we win the game then, 2-1. Wow, it was a game of lot of chances based on this, but very, very few highlights. I've no complaints, really. We'll take it, as it still sets up a great day tomorrow, as they're very, very happy with that win, especially to bounce back after the disappointment of the last game, of course, as well. You can see the league. Arsenal did beat Burnley, just to update you. So the 4-point gap is very much evident. If you look at our fixtures to come, then you can see that Arsenal in the league is going to be pretty crucial, I suspect. How's their running looking? I think we should all see this, as they've got not that much in their way. That's worrying. Okay, and some Champions League games as well, of course. I guess we want them to progress so they have the same amount of games as us. Same distracted focus, I guess. Of course, we still need the Champions League, we still need the FA Cup, and we still need the Premier League. And right now, they're all possible. Tomorrow, then, you'll join me, I hope, for another defining day in the Glory Hunter series as we play Manchester United twice. You have to go back to the drawing board. Well, actually, we've drawn quite a nice picture. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.